I go to this small Midwestern college. Last year I took a Japanese language class to fulfill some bullshit language requirement. It turned out to be pretty dope though, and after watching Lost in Translation, I decided to make it my minor and work abroad after I graduate. All the classes I've taken so far have been with the same teacher and more or less the same group of people. They were all great, but unfortunately my teacher left abruptly after last semester, and most of the kids I've taken class with are graduating or not taking summer sessions like I am. So now I'm stuck with a last-minute hire who is the only Japanese teacher at my school and an entirely new set of classmates. On the first day I get to class a few minutes early, but the teacher was late, so I might as well get to know the people in the class. And as I'm making nice with the kid next to me, fuckboy number 1 walks in. I could tell he walked in because he had so many accessories on his backpack and phone, he was practically a walking wind chime. I didn't think much of it until 20 seconds later when this dude basically tackle hugs his friend who's in front of me. I'd later learn this to be called a glomp, and who in turn was knocked back into me. After this delightful exchange, I tried to harvest my convey of, "What the fuck are you doing, you moron?" to him via glare, but fuckboy number 1 only responded with a stupid grin and "Hashirmite," or whatever. At this point, our professor walks in and fuckboy number 1 and his crew greet him with "Konnichiwa, sensei," almost in unison. Our professor was a ditzy guy who spent the last 6 years out of grad school in Japan working at a software company and teaching English. He wasn't really prepared, and it looked like he had made the syllabus in 15 minutes and got late printing our copies for us. And it was pretty clear he wasn't interested in teaching, as he was just stopping by and collecting a check. It's a 3-hour summer class, and after introducing himself and skimming through the syllabus, he makes us give a short introduction too. There's about 14 people in the class, and for the first 3 or so go on pretty quickly. But when it gets to fuckboy number 1, he decides to recite an essay about why he wants to learn Japan and Japanese. And it's mainly anime manga, and he wants to be a voice actor. And he recites this in Japanese. And this wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't only second-year Japanese class, which in my school puts your Japanese level somewhere between the ability of a baby and a really dumb baby. So it turned into a solid 2 minutes where he'd struggle with a sentence, ask the professor how to say something, and then go on crazy tangents. All his annoying friends and some other annoying people took this as an open invitation to do the same. Almost a half an hour of mind-numbing stupidity. This guy I'm paying out the ass to teach me goes, "So I didn't really have much planned today, any suggestions?" With the overwhelming majority of people in the class being dum-dums, all suggestions end up being some sort of anime. So for 2 hours, we watched anime and J-bloggers, who I've learned to reflectively hate so hard Palval would be jealous. It's okay, I tell myself. It's only the first day. Oh, how wrong I was. Second day of class, we quickly go through the assigned homework and quickly skim through a short lesson where barely anything is explained. And after which fuckboy number 1 decides to turn class into his own personal Q&A session. He and his friends decide to ask our professor a wide variety of questions ranging from pop culture to pop culture. Our lazy professor is more than happy to answer questions about his work abroad rather than do his job. And of course, the last hour of class is again spent watching anime and J-vloggers. You might be wondering why I focus on fuckboy number 1 so much. Well, it's because he's clearly the oldest and is the one who decided to turn a college class into his own otaku paradise. He talks in such a sausarian voice, I think my ears have diabetes, and routinely does and organizes stupid, distracting shit in class, like bringing in body pillows. I had to listen to them argue about which one is the best, since I forgot my headphones. I've never forgotten my headphones since. And a stereo for karaoke. I'm like 4 classes in. And if it wasn't for the self-study, I would have learned jack shit. Now I'm stuck in a shitty situation with a lazy professor who's more than happy to let the majority of dumbasses in the class dictate what he does. I'm sorry for the rant, but I really can't explain this to anyone else I know, and reading similar situations is almost therapeutic. Hopefully class gets better. The language department is about to get a few complaints if it doesn't. But if it doesn't, At the very least, I'll have more material. If you guys find any more weeaboo stories, feel free to send them to me. If you have any, send them to me. Either put them in the comments or send them to me via Tumblr. I'll see you guys next time.